Hey guys, so today I'm going to make this 15-inch round start to finish. I've already done cut it on the forge. The numbers was 135 full. This is birch, so I'm going to stain it on both sides, and I'm using Minwax wood finish penetrating stain, and the color is English chestnut. I use a rag because the brush to me soaks up too much, and I don't like the way that looks, but I do like the way it looks with the rag. So I'll just go ahead and stain this. Let me put that down there so you won't hear all that. This is good too, a good way to do it. Now normally what I like to do is just stain that section that I'm going to work with, because I'm going to paint that white, but now that I'm looking, it's going this way and not that way, so now I'm going to have to stain the whole thing. But typically I'll just leave it like that, and because I'm going to do a half and half. So if you want to do a half and half, I would just go ahead and just do half of it, but make sure your grain is the right way. But look at that color, guys, that's gorgeous. Kind of has a reddish tint, looks like, to me. So I just rub it in. Like I said, I'm using a rag, a shirt. I just like the way it looks. I did try the brush, and like I said, it just soaked up too much. It was too dark for me. So this works just fine. So pretty. So I just wanted to show you start to finish. These signs are very popular right now, as you know. So I'll just stain it and I'll leave it, let it dry for a little bit. It doesn't take that long to dry. So I'll just turn it around, do the same thing. Of course, that's going to be my back side, the uglier side. Even though it still looks good, but I'll be using the other side. This stuff goes a long way though. I have a small one, and I've done, I don't know, maybe like 10 plus signs, front and back, staining. And I've also done the 18s. I do the 18s and the 15s. Okay, I'm going to turn it back around because this is the side I'm going to use. And I'll let that dry, and we'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. I got my wood rounds. I put down some parchment paper. I got some masking tape. And I'm just going to divide it in half and paint the bottom white. So since it's a 15, of course, I'm going to do 7.5. So I have my ruler. Let me pan down. Okay. Yes, it's a 15, maybe a little shy, but I'll just take my tape, put my ruler down, find my mark. That should be right there. Move my ruler out of there. Fold this under. Then I measure again. All right, perfect. You want to push down on here, because if you don't, some paint will try to get underneath there. All right. Okay, so I have my paint. This is Waverly chalk paint, and I got this at Walmart. It's just ivory is the color. Or you can use just regular acrylic paint. So if you prefer chalk paint, acrylic paint, this one will give you more coverage, I found. Acrylic paint, you'll have to put several coats. Chalk paint, probably 2. It does say on there to let it dry 2 hours in between. I don't know if I've ever let it dry 2 hours, but that's technically how long you're supposed to. So I just start painting it. I use the foam brush. You can get these at Walmart. I think Dollar Tree has them too. Michael's. I think I got these at Michael's, but like I said, you can get them anywhere. I try not to go off the edge because I don't want to have to paint the sides. If I go off the edge, I will paint the sides. I have a little chunk, so I'll take that off. Just back and forth motion. Making sure you get all the way to the edge. Yeah, as I was saying, I do believe that the chalk paint will give you more coverage. With 2 coats, acrylic, man, I think I was doing maybe 3 to 4 coats, maybe more. So after I paint this, or after it dries, I'm going to actually use vinyl as my words. You can actually, if you have a Cricut or Silhouette, you can do it as a stencil. I haven't done the stencil, but you definitely can do that. You'll want to get some stencil transfer paper to do that. But I am just going to be using my Silhouette to cut the words and using my vinyl. And to do the vinyl, we'll get to that, but you will need to use press and seal or a light tacky transfer, because you will pull up the paint if you use the strong transfer tape while applying your vinyl to the sign. That happened to me, of course, I know. But yes, if you use the press and seal, I got the press and seal from Walmart. It's much better to put on your wording. So I think I'll let that dry. I'll probably check it in half an hour. Then I'll adhere another coat. Then I will be back with you. Just make sure I get that top really good so I can have a crisp line when I remove that tape. Let's see if I got any paint on the sides. As of now, no. No. I did got a little bit. If you catch it, you can just wipe it off. I've also when it's dry, sanded it off. I think it had got in that part where I wiped off that chunk. All right, guys, I'm gonna let this dry. I'll get back with you. Okay, guys, I'm back. So I ended up doing 3 coats, and that is with the chalk paint I was using earlier. So now I'm gonna take this tape off. It's dry. I did get some paint on the side, so I will touch that up. But I'm gonna go ahead and put the words on with the vinyl, as I mentioned. This one's gonna say, "Welcome to our nest." So I'm gonna take this tape off, and hopefully I have a straight, perfect, crisp line. Looking pretty good. There it is. Okay, so to do this, I told you I use press and seal. So just cut you a piece of this. And it's gonna seem like it's not gonna stick to it, but it is. But it will. I just put that there. And like I said, you can always stencil it and paint it on, but I'm choosing to do this. And then you'll want your scraper and just put it on, rub it over there, kind of go over with your finger, just making sure it's adhering to this press and seal. And then after I do this, I will turn it over and I will go over it on the back just to make sure that it's getting on there. Alright, so you see it's not coming off yet, but you can help it. I just hold that down. Sometimes it works really well. Sometimes you have to help it. Either way, this is the best way to do it. I just pull this back, and as I'm pulling that back, when I see the word, I'll press it down with this and make it stick to that press and seal. Now the perfect thing is when you can just pull it and all come off, but sometimes we don't have it that good. We don't get that lick. Okay, let's see, there we go. One word is down. Turn it this way. Let's see if I can. And you don't want that to happen. Look what I just did. All that work and then it went perfect on there. Stretch it out because it's about to fold over. Come on, guys. before, but that would happen when you're trying to tape something. Okay, guys, I'm gonna pause. Okay, guys, so what happened was, and I'm gonna have to redo the to our nest part, but I wanted to come back and show you how to put this on. So you get it where you want. That never really happened before, but hey, I guess it was bound to happen. Get it where you want. I normally use my hands and my fingers and be like, okay, 3 fingers. So that's looking pretty good. So then you just want to use your finger and press it down. And then give it a burnish. And then pull it off. And you can't reuse this. I know sometimes on the transfer tape we can reuse it, but this is not going to be good for a second use. So that's that. And then I'll add the to our nest. Then we'll come back and we'll add the greenery. Okay. Okay, guys, so you'll need a heavy-duty stapler for this part and your greenery. I already put the to our nest, and it worked perfectly. So then you'll want to align this where you want it. And you'll hear my son in the background. He's on his game. So that always freaks out the dog too. Okay, so that's on there. Give it at least 2 good ones. Then I'm gonna make the bow. So I'll pause you for a minute and then I'll get the bow and then. Okay, now we're gonna do the bow. I have the Bowdabra. My sign has the burlap and then the plaid. So I kind of just measure where I want the tails to stop. So that's probably about right there. If you know how to use the Bowdabra, it's really easy. Stick that in there, just give it a twist. Then you'll make the loop. Give it a twist. Make the other loop. Then I just raise it up to kind of measure it. Make sure they're even. Then I take this and I measure that one. Put that straight across. Then I'll do the same thing with the other bow, and I'll make this one a little bit smaller. So I'll just use the bow that's already there as a reference. So a little bit from that bow. Give it a twist. A little bit from that bow. Right there. There. Then, let's see if I have my pipe cleaner, which I don't. I'll go ahead and use this. This came with the Bowdabra, this string here. Just put it there. Tie it off. But I normally use a pipe cleaner, as long as you're keeping the bow together. Tie. So there that is. You could add a piece of that if you want it. So then I'll take my bow, put it there, give it another staple. It's on there. Give it another staple. Then I'll dovetail these, cut them at an angle, fold, cut at an angle so it can have those two ends there. You want to cut on the folded side. That looks good. And I'll turn it around. I had already cut two little pieces, which I don't see. I think I see one layer. I'll put another one. And this is just to protect the backing, and you don't want your staple to go through it. So I'll fold it, tri-fold, get my string that I already cut. Put that there. Get a staple. Do it like 2 or 3 times. Okay, hold this tri, and this is just a part of the burlap. Adjust that. There you go. All they need to do is put it on the door hanger. Welcome to our nest.